Remember when drag racing used to be simple? With a big car, a big engine, and a few buddies, you could call yourself a professional. No, me neither, but those days did exist, or so I've read. Today, using stock body pro street cars equipped with naturally aspirated big blocks, we'll capture the spirit of that mythical time with the first ever bounty drag racing Factory X Shootout from Caribbean International Speedway. With a mix of old, new, and in-between body styles and no power adders like blowers, nitrous, or turbos, these cars will race all the way to the quarter mile like we used to do, with elapsed times in the 6-second zone and speeds approaching 200 miles per hour. 6 racers made qualifying passes today to determine their spot on the 8-car elimination ladder, which, we're proud to say, is 3 times the number of cars at the NHRA debut of the class earlier this year. Let's see how the first ever bounty drag racing Factory X field stacked up after qualifying. It was Frank Mullet quickest of the bunch in his first gen Camaro, running a 6.714 197 mile per hour pass to earn one of the 2 first round buys, and DSRMP running a 6.736 for the number 2 spot and the other buy run. Our pairings for round 1 will see number 4 and 5 qualifiers Iggity 747383 having lane choice over KOD Games, and number 3 Kaboom 3406 picking the lane in a match with Quentin Click. Hey, if you enjoy this, hit that thumbs up. If this is the stuff you're into, subscribe to the channel for more, and if you want to join in on the action, grab Bounty Drag Racing from Steam, and maybe we'll see you in the lane soon too. Now let's get into round 1 of Bounty Drag Racing Factory X. The first racer out in the first gen Camaro is number 1 qualifier Mullet Militia Racing's Frank Mullet. We've seen Frank rack up his share of wins in the Pro Modified class here on Shifts&Giggles recently, so it's no big surprise to see him on top of the class here today. Nice pass for the Camaro. Frank Mullet running a 6.768 197 mile per hour pass to move on to the semifinals. He'll face one of these two. It's a little bit old versus a lot of bit new. In the new, number 5 qualifier, game developer, as in this game, KOD Games taking a little time to come out and play. He'll be alongside number 4 qualifier, Iggity 747383. Drivers ready. It's KOD with about a 10th off the line. Iggity's got some catching up to do. And does it. 6.821 194 mile per hour to KOD's 7014 at just 188. That'll set up Frank Mullet versus Iggity 747383 in round 2, with Frank earning lane choice with his quicker ET in the opening round. That brings up number 2 qualifier DSRMP in his Camaro to make his buy run into the semifinals. Makes a good looking pass across the line in 6.788 seconds at over 197 miles per hour. Our final pair of the opening round features a pair of Fox bodies, one of the most common and boring styles in all of street racing and possibly any form of motorsports ever. The mid-1980s Ford Mustang has found its way into bounty drag racing, and we have 2 of them here for you now. In the yellow and black car, number 3 qualifier Kaboom 3406. In the other lane, number 6 qualifier Quentin Click. Of course, just because I think this era of Mustangs were boring looking, if not ugly, doesn't mean I don't respect the performance that could be extracted from fitting all the aftermarket gadgets and power adders to the stock 5-liter engines they came with. Let's see which of these 2 go on to the semis. Kaboom can't wait and goes big time red. Quentin Click will motor into the next round with a 7.032 second pass at 194 miles per hour. He'll face DSRMP, and DSRMP will pick the lane. That brings us to the semifinals, and our first pair out will be Iggity 747383 alongside low qualifier Frank Mullet. Frank had a buy into this round. Iggity drove around KOD Games. Drivers not fooling around. It's Frank Mullet with the advantage on the tree. That's not good news for Iggity. It's still a good race though. Frank Mullet taking the win, 6.797 196 miles per hour to Iggity's 6.808 194. That was a decent side-by-side race. I expect as more events happen and the class grows, things are going to be pretty tight in Factory X. To find out who'll be facing Mullet Militia in the final round. we got a Ford versus Chevy match here. In the Camaro is number 2 qualifier DSR-MP. Driving the brilliantly designed Fox body Mustang is Quentin Click. I say that so you Ford guys might rethink that thumbs down I no doubt deserve for what I said earlier. Anyway, here we go. We have one Camaro in the final round already. Will there be another, or will we get a Ford versus Chevy rematch? Horrible reaction times on both sides. It's Quentin with the less shitty of the two though, but the Fox has been caught and passed DSR-MP, taking the come from behind win with a 6.757 197 miles per hour to Quentin Click's 7.034 194. Let's see that again. Quentin out first with a brutally slow 2.26 reaction time. That was absolutely stellar compared to DSR-MP's 486, which would have still been mediocre back in the day when a 400 was perfect. Nevertheless, he has a race car to drive around and he will face the other Camaro, Frank Mullet, with lane choice. Hey, once again, if you like this, a thumbs up really helps get these videos out there so we can grow this channel and the online drag racing community as a whole. If you want to join in, don't forget to check out Bounty Drag Racing on Steam, and we'll see you at the track soon. Okay, here we go, the final round of the first ever Bounty Drag Racing Factory X Shootout from the Caribbean International Speedway. If you plan this out on paper, this is the final round you would get. In the blue car, number 1 qualifier Frank Mullet. In the black car, number 2 qualifier DSR-MP. These have been the quickest 2 cars every round. Let's see who'll be the first winner of this brand new class. Frank away first, side by side at half track, side by side to the stripe, and it's DSR-MP coming from behind to take the Factory X title, running low ET and top speed of the event, 6.719 at 199.4 miles per hour. If this final was any sort of preview of what's to come as this class grows, then I'm excited. That was close all the way down the track, and it took just about every bit of that quarter mile for the race to be decided. Congrats to event's winner, DSR-MP. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the action. Until next time, keep it between the lines, and I'll see you in the lanes.